Okay, so good morning everybody and once again welcome back in today's class. Sorry for the little bad throat. Okay, so now we are going to be discuss something important. Not something important, but I can say we are at the last of this particular discussion now. We will pick up our integration concepts in tomorrow's discussion. Okay, now what we want to be discuss is mainly these two, three things or the four things, small. Okay. The first topic which I'm going to be discussing is called the service portfolio management. In a simple layman language, layman words, portfolio means something which you provide, the services you provide, right? Like we asked to a company, okay, what's your portfolio? We asked to a vendor, what's your portfolio? Means in which domain you provide the services. If I talk from the IT perspective, someone says, I'm I'm providing the maintenance. Someone say I'm providing support. We are doing the development. We are doing the implementation. We are doing the defect fixes. So multiple things come in the portfolio, and this portfolio mainly related with your CSDM because that is the services which you're selling in the market, and same thing come in the portfolio. Not much we need to be going the deep for this one, but what ServiceNow says that in the service portfolio management, ServiceNow has a separate module for this one to maintain your portfolio. Now, if you see, sometimes some company says, hey, we are going to be decommission or depreciate this particular product. It means they are removing these services from their portfolio now. After down the line, 1 year or 6 months, this product will not be available for the use or the support. Okay. So service portfolio, as you say, we have a service offering which make a service and then make a service portfolio. The fundamental concept in the portfolio is service only, that what you provide to your customer. That is important point here. Okay. The thing is that why this come in the picture? Because we deliver multiple type of services. We provide a multiple type of services, and all our services are scattered. Like say, same IT department providing services to the finance department, to the services to the HR department. But in the both cases, the reporting is little different. The chargeability is little different. The way to provide the service is little different. Then definitely need to be maintained little different. So ServiceNow say no, this is not the right way to do. If you are doing like this, you are spoiling your business. Better use a tool, use a module, use a platform which provide you everything in a one place. And you can track a lot of things. So now what happened that let's say I'm providing the services to the HR department and finance department. I'm raising some change, I'm working on some change, or I want to deploy a change. I forget to inform to the HR department. I updated to the finance. Now this thing is missed. Now what to do? So to overcome this problem, they says that you can make a service and service offering and bind it in the tool so that you can check everything together in a one go. So service portfolio management, if you remember the CSDM model, if I take you on that particular part, 2.0 देखो जी ये है सेंटर में ये who is this managed portfolio, the person who manage all these things. It means who manage these services, business service offering. Now he manage this, but how this thing gets stored, this is come in the service portfolio management. Okay, so mainly we have a three types of the service portfolio. One is the pipeline, one is the catalog, one is the retired. Let me go and show you something here. Oh, Okay, so it says we have three things. Number one, pipeline. As the word indicate, pipeline mean which is still in the build phase, not 100% built and available for the customer. That is called the pipeline. So if you go here and search for the service portfolio management, under this you can see, right? You can click on the service portfolio. So like HR portfolio, enterprise technology. And let me say if I open it, not here, not here. Let me change the view. The field should become portfolio owner, save. Do we have any other view? Let me go for the default view. SPM advanced. Okay. Maybe I can go on this part, service portfolio. This. Okay, we'll come on this part. I noted down. Okay, so in this we have three things. One is the pipeline, second is the catalog, and third is the retired. Pipeline, which we are building it. Catalog, which we are selling at point of time, which my customer can use, my customer can order, and retired, which is already out from the portfolio. Let's say if you go 10-12 years back, this big phones was in the picture. Company was building up mobile phones, big screen, heavy buttons and everything. That was in the pipeline. Then they launch it. People start buying it. But now it's almost retired. Nobody buy this keyboard phone. Everybody buy the smartphone, touch phone. This is what is the retired. That is the product, but we're talking from the service perspective. So whenever you onboard, let's say in your company says, okay, Hema, we want to be launched 24/7 advisory consulting as well. That is service. Okay, you are going to be launch it. Now till the time it is not launched, it is in the pipeline. You are building it, you are designing it, you are deploying it, you are thinking it, that how, when, who, what to do in this particular part. Once you're ready with that, you will go for the catalog and you publish on your website, publish on your brochure, publish on the social media platform. Hey, we are now open 24/7 for the advisory solution consulting. You can come to us. 6 months, 8 months, 1 year, 2 years, you work on that. Now you start planning for the retired. No, we are not getting much business in this. It is a loss for us. Better to be decommission this or the close this. This is what is called the retired one. Let me open this to show that where I can go and see. Service and रुको हम CSA ढूंढते फिर इजी रहेगा शायद, क्योंकि the core is CSM only. ये ठीक है. Application service, business service. Do we have use for this? Let me open this if I can get. Operational यार कहाँ गया वो? I saw this part. There one column called this thing. Catalog, or I'm looking something wrong place. Give me a minute, Hema.
Sure.
Service table configuration, migration, application service. Let me check in my notes if I get in the form something. Phase services me here, right? We are the services. Okay, let me add this field here. this field call is called phase. अरे चलो भाई. Okay. Let me take you on the ups. Save. Okay. So now this is what we were discussing about here. Pipeline, catalog, and retired. Even though under this as well, we have subphase, if I can say. Okay, so what we're discussing now here, pipeline, catalog, and retired. If I take to the next one, okay, we'll go in this part. So under the pipeline, we can have requirement. Let me see, do we have any other field called with this? क्योंकि वो कहीं ना कहीं है हमारे पास. Let me check that. Not version. Nothing called the phase or the state or stage is something will be there. That is easy to understand that when we design any service, how it's processed. State and status. Let me take this two as well. Oh. Surface तो कुछ नहीं ना नहीं है. Right, this one. So now what we are saying, if I am building any service, see now the two things we have to be understand. Number one, and actually in this industry two things happen. One, we record on the tool level, and one we do on the ground level. Okay, एक इंसिडेंट क्लोज नहीं हुआ, मतलब अभी भी इश्यू आ रहा है कस्टमर को. What this mean? That actually he is facing issue, but in the system we close it. तो ये प्रॉब्लम हमेशा रहती है. So what they are saying, that when you are building your services, make sure these things in the sync. So if I'm in the pipeline, I am in the which phase? I'm in the requirement phase, I'm in the definition phase, I'm analyzing it, or it has been approved, or the charted has been started. Okay, let's start little bit onboarding. No, Atul, we are in the catalog phase. So in the catalog, we're in the design phase, in the development, in the build, or in the operational. Catalog doesn't mean that it will be 100% available. Maybe in the catalog means भैया सब डिस्कशंस हो गए हैं, एनालिसिस हो गया है, रिक्वायरमेंट गैदरिंग हो गई है, अप्रूवल्स हो गए हैं, पायलट स्टडी के लिए काम चल रहा है, उसके लिए हम डिजाइन बना रहे हैं. एंड फाइनली व्हेन यू retired or obsolete. This is a life cycle of a service. How to onboard or how to retire. If you see, maybe if you see a news 6 months or 8 months back in the Bombay, that they are retiring the double-decker buses, which serve approximately 80 years or the 90 years to the Mumbai public. What that means they are in the catalog phase, they are in the operational part, but now in the catalog they are start planning about the retiring. Let's not remove everything in a one go. Let's remove in the bunches. 10 buses from this particular depot, 10 buses from this particular depot, 10 buses from this particular depot, and replace with a new one. So finally, when they say yes, we are fully retired, and then you can put it like it's 100% retired. It means this service is no longer in use. This record will not be visible in the change or the problem or the request or the knowledge or the incident records. This is what we need to do. So this is called the phase, and this is called the status, that how we're moving our services to the progress level. Now, if I come back here, so how SPM work mainly? SPM is mostly related with the change and release, because with the help of the change and release, we either amend it either deleted or redirected or either maintained, because what changes is anything which is going in the production, and anything means either you are updating it, adding it, or removing it, considered as a anything in the part. Then SPM for the incident in the problem, to analyze that how many incidents we are having on a particular service. Why you think, no, Atul, it's not my cup of tea? When you say, when you think that after attending 10, 20 classes, I'm not able to understand. You find a trend, बहुत tough हो रहा है मेरे लिए. Then it means for the SPM we can, from the SPM we can see that how our incident and problem are trending, in which service, on which service we are facing a lot of problem escalations or the incidents. SPM to the catalog management, definitely we offer something to the customer with the help of the catalogs. Our articles get updated as per the SPM, what services we are bringing, what we need to do, we are getting this thing. And our CIs is not directly but indirectly work with the in the SPM, because we have a service offering, business service, technical service, application service, and then we have a CMDB. So this is what the SPM short thing which we discussed now. Now to work on this part, we have a few roles: portfolio admin, portfolio editor, portfolio viewer, and service writer. If I say who is the portfolio admin, now I say Hema is our HR portfolio lead. It means if anybody need to change anything in that particular offering, even a dot as well, or something which can impact the customer, they will reach out to the Hema. It means she is my portfolio admin. She can work and manage the services, layers, nodes, everything she can work on. So this thing, to manage it like this, to create these things. And if you created this, then you can come back on the down, you will come, you can update the nodes, everything you can do it. So let's say an example of the service here. Service portfolio. This is my portfolio HR. Okay. So in this, who is the portfolio owner? Ramon. And who is the portfolio manager? Is Roger. Owner means he's the last authority. He's the accountable for everything. And manager means who is working from the operational perspective. That is it working fine or not? And under this, maybe he has a lot of people under that. This portfolio has a 10 nodes. Like, do you provide HR services? Yes, we provide. But what do you provide in the HR services? We provide accounts, benefit, employee data, journal operation, all the things we provide. These are called the taxonomy nodes. Because if you see here, see, employee service center, which we are going to discuss a little bit now after this topic. This ECS is mainly work on the taxonomy nodes only. And from there, it get picked up. So now in the accounts is my node. In the accounts, what you provide? We provide 4 services. We provide password reset, account access, new account creation, inquiry. जिसे हम बोलते हैं ना, अरे मैं इस टाइप की टिकट पे काम कर रहा हूँ, वो यहाँ से आती है. Because we have said to the customer that we will help you on this part as well. We will manage your users password. हम आपको सर्विस प्रोवाइड करेंगे पासवर्ड सेट करने की. हम आपको सर्विस प्रोवाइड करेंगे, आपके यूजर्स हमें कॉल कर सकते हैं if they are facing some issue. And under this service, we may have service offering as well. देखो एक ऑफरिंग है, पासवर्ड रीसेट इज ऑफरिंग. मे बी सिर्फ मैं यूएस रीजन में पासवर्ड रीसेट देता हूँ, क्योंकि दैट इज ओनली द फेडरल वन. I can't offer in anywhere else. And under the offering, we may have CIs as well. यहाँ पे इन्होंने कुछ नहीं लिखा हुआ. this. So this is called the hierarchy. आपके portfolio से आपके offering and coming to your CIE as well, these things will get managed. तो अभी क्या है इसमें, हर चीज की चार्जेस होते हैं. Let's say हेमा is providing services to the customer कि हम आपका अकाउंट या चलिए एग्जाम्पल पासवर्ड रीसेट का एग्जांपल लेते हैं. ठीक है, कस्टमर सेज ओके हेमा टेल मी हाउ मच यू चार्ज. हेमा सेज for per incident for the account password reset I will charge $10. अच्छा जी, good. If you're charging $10, what is the SLA? We will reset the password in the 5 minutes. Okay. Anything else possible? Yes. What we can do, let's say up to 100 incidents, it will be $5. After 100 incident, it will be $10 per incident. क्योंकि चार्जेबिलिटी ऐसी होती है. If you go to any wholesale market, you will say, right, if you ask to the if you go in the wholesale market and say, can you give me 1 kg rice, he will charge maybe 45, 48, 49 something. But if you say, can you give me the 100 kg rice, it will be 30 or 40, 30 or 31, 32 like this. This is what is be happening. So in the offering level, we provide this thing. You can see the prices. पर यूनिट करना है या फिक्स करना है कि भैया दिन में जितने मर्जी इश्यू आए 1 महीने में हम इतने चार्ज करेंगे. सिंपल सी बात है. These things come in the contracting part and operation. देखो यहाँ पे ना, now what we are discussing, we are not discussing, don't think from the ServiceNow perspective. ServiceNow is just a place to record these things. But we are bringing everything which we discuss with the customer. Contract है. What is the contract? ये contract number है. Let me show you. देखो ये है. We are just, even though it's expired, but we will see. We have a contract with the customers. क्योंकि हर चीज आपको रिकॉर्ड करनी है. किस, in which contract, what is mentioned and why we're charging this amount. देखो यहाँ पे ये था, ये कॉन्ट्रैक्ट था. ठीक है, और ये चार्जेस 56, डिस्काउंट 2.5. और ये रिन्यू कब होगा, स्टार्ट हुआ तब से एंड हुआ तब. फाइनेंशियल्स मंथली बिलिंग होगी इसकी. रिन्यूअल नहीं करवाना मुझे अभी, ऐसा कुछ नहीं है. टर्म्स एंड कंडीशन क्या रहेगी मेरी. और कौन कौन से ऑफरिंग, कौन कौन से CIE कवर करेगा, ये सब. सो नाउ डोंट थिंक फ्रॉम द ServiceNow perspective, think from the customer. Suppose you are a business leader now. आपका काम है कस्टमर से बिजनेस लाना, डिस्कस करना और अपनी टीम को दे देना. So team, if you say Atul, can you set up this thing for me? Yes, Hema, I need contracts, I need entitlements, I need charges. हाँ अतुल, ये सारा कुछ इसमें है, देखो इसको सेटअप करके दो. The only tension is that if one incident has been raised, I should be able to track that how much I want to be charged, how it is going to availability on me, and what contract you are doing. All these things will be there. Interesting concept है SPM का एक्चुअली में, बिकॉज यहाँ पर इंप्लीमेंटेशन से ज्यादा आपकी कंसल्टिंग काम आती है. ओके, सो दिस इज व्हाट इज दिस सर्विस पोर्टफोलियो. बट द अल्टीमेट फंडामेंटल विच वी डिस्कस इज वन, सर्विस एंड सर्विस. हरिओम. सर्विस एंड सर्विस ऑफरिंग. ठीक है. अब इफ यू सी हियर वन मोर टाइम आई मेंशन सर्विस कमिटमेंट्स. सर्विस कमिटमेंट्स कैसे? अब इफ लेट्स से आई हैव अ एग्रीमेंट, like we have a contract with each other, right? I say, guys, I will provide you ServiceNow CSA and admin ITSM training. This will be for the 60 days contract. Okay, तो ठीक है. Daily 1 hour. Okay. Now after 5, or we will do the reporting every week. After 7 days, you as my customer created a report. नहीं अतुल, आपने तो कहा था हफ्ते के रोज का 1 घंटा, तो मीन्स टोटल 5 hours in a week. But I can see a report where we have only 3 hours in a week. How are you getting that report now? This is called service commitment. मैं बोलूँगा नहीं 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 हेमा, अरे वो you know that there is an outage in my house regarding the internet is not working, my system was not working, I was not well, all these things planned in Kana. हाँ ठीक है, but how and where you are tracking all these things? This is called the service commitment. नहीं सर्विस पोर्टफोलियो था क्या था, इसको ऐसे ढूंढता मैं भूल गया. कमिटमेंट्स ये रहा, ठीक है. मेनली कमिटमेंट्स क्या डिसाइड करते हैं? कमिटमेंट्स विल हेल्प यू टू सी योर अवेलेबिलिटी, टू सी द पेनल्टी. सो इफ यू सी हियर वी हैव अ कमिटमेंट्स, ये ना commitment and achievement. Let me click on the commitments here. Means what I commit to you. Because see, at the end of the month, you want to see, okay, to show me कितने सेंट आपने हमारे users ने raise किए. And if you remember that, if you read about the ITL4 in the beginning, in the first or second day, we say value and the co-creation of the value. These things help in the co-creation of the value. So I'll back to the customer. I say, hey, your users are raising almost in a month. I'm getting 5,000 incidents for the password reset. Let's find out the problem statement here. Why these many? Is the password is so tough? Is there need to be remember multiple passwords? Can we automate this? So these things and these ideas come from here. So now you can see one commitment we have. Name is 99.99% 24/7 availability. We are designing the commitment. किस contract के अंदर होगा? You can put the contract as well. Okay, this type availability है, या you want to be for the SLA measurement, you want to go for the delivery measurement, you want to go for the recovery management, what you want to do? Generally, what I know is about the availability. How much the availability should be there? 99.99%. You want to put some decimals kind of thing, you can put it. How you measure it? 24/7. देखो यहां पर SLA की बात नहीं हो रही है, मैं कह रहा हूं कि or let's say I have a commitment to the customer that I will reset the password of your user 24/7 and I'll make sure that 95% password should work. Let's say 95% in a one go, and ticket should not be reopened. Okay, or if a customer go on the website or the catalog, they click on this should be available and password should be reset quickly. So this is 24/7. SLA की बात नहीं हुई कि कितने दिनों में होगा, ये बात है सर्विस की कि पासवर्ड रीसेट की सर्विस मेरी कितनी अवेलेबल है, उसमें मैंने कितने इंसिडेंट ब्रीच किए, मेट किए, दैट इज अ सेपरेट थिंग. लेट्स से हेमा के पास एक एम्प्लॉय आया, हेमा दिस पासवर्ड रीसेट इज नॉट वर्किंग फॉर मी. अच्छा, 2 दिन बाद कोई और आया, दिस इज नॉट वर्किंग फॉर मी, आई एम ट्राइंग फ्रॉम द लास्ट 4 hours. इट मींस जो कमिटमेंट मैंने आपको दिया था वो सर्विस ही काम नहीं कर रही है. देन यू विल लॉग अ केस एंड एट द एंड ऑफ द मंथ वी विल सी कितने इंसिडेंट उसके ऊपर आए, कितने आउटेजेस उसके ऊपर आए, and then we'll decide and then we'll see that how this commitment work. So mainly when we do the commitments, we get everything together, and outages in the service now play a vital role in that part. देखो availability कैसे बताओगे? अब मैं बोलूँ अतुल yes you are available 24, you are available 100% on the day on the 1 hour. That is my availability. But if I check your availability, then it's not like that. So if I go here and say, okay, Hema, what's your availability? Let me see. What I will do, I'll remove A and just put B. कि कितने दिन हम present थे. So I'll say, Hema, you're present only 80%. Your availability was 80%. How I calculate? By this attendance. Now in that 80%, you are attentive, sleeping, not attentive, listening to me or not, that is a separate thing. But you available only 80%. This is what is the commitment do. So if you are not available up to the 90%, you have to pay the penalty to me. And it can be per hour, per minute, per breach. मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा आपने नहीं बताया, फिर मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा आपने फिर नहीं बताया, फिर मैंने क्वेश्चन पूछा आपने फिर नहीं बताया. इसका मतलब आई कंसीडर योर अवेलेबिलिटी एज जीरो ऑन दैट डे, कि आपको ध्यान नहीं था. ठीक है. सो अगेन आई एम सेइंग थिंक फ्रॉम द बिजनेस पर्सपेक्टिव. ये सारी बिजनेस की टर्म्स हैं. द ओनली थिंग इज दैट वी आर कन्वर्टिंग दैट बिजनेस टर्म्स इनटू द service now format. So if I go back here again, let me show you service commitment. Sorry, not this one. Commitment. Okay, let's say this. तो जैसे ये है DevOps availability, this one. ठीक है. Do you have any other view? नहीं. ठीक है. अब मुझे अगर देखना है कि इसकी अवेलेबिलिटी कितनी है, and I want to see weekly, monthly, you can do here. So let me click on the. देखो ये था ना मेरा कमिटमेंट नेम. Now click on this. Not sorry. Let's take group by service commitment. ये देखो ये total 3,120 incident has been raised. और ये इसमें भी टाइप है daily, weekly, monthly. You can see it here like this. See, let's say this one. We have it's very deep in the topic, so that's not the part of our course, but I want to tell you that we have a mechanism to find out these things as well. And these things come with the help of the outages, and everything should be there. If you are raising an outage on a CI or in a service, a service offering, that will directly impact my commitment. क्योंकि डाउन है तो फिर मेरी अवेलेबिलिटी तो नहीं होगी ना. हाँ, अगर वो प्लान आउटेज है, इफ इट इज अ प्लान आउटेज, देन स्टिल आई कैन से इट्स अवेलेबल बिकॉज इट्स अ प्लान. ठीक है. So this is what is this SPM concept. We are not having this service on our workspace in the PDI because that is not installable. That's not available in the PDI. Clear picture. Doubt, question, yes. Clarification. Interesting topic.
Yeah.
Now let's come to this next part. Okay. Before I go on this one, let me tell you this thing. Delegation. Delegation means I am giving authority to someone to work on my behalf for a particular day. Let's say if in a company, the high management people, maybe board of directors or senior directors or AVPs, if they people go on leave, it doesn't mean that the work will not move forward. What they do, they have their delegates on the place. On my place, he or she can approve. This is what the delegation. In ServiceNow as well, we have a delegation process. Like if I tell you that when I was working with one of the telecom company, okay, so the head of India was sit next to our bay only, okay, and he has a personal assistant. Definitely he is very big guy, so he need a personal assistant. So a lot of time we send a mail to him, maybe some approval is required or something is required. We got an email in a few seconds. And I thought, wow, this guy has no work. He always reply quickly. Then later on, I came to know that he has a personal secretary on the place who read all the emails. If where the action is not much required from that person, actual person, approval, okay, thanks, meeting scheduling, that lady do. In the ServiceNow, delegation work is a little differently. Let's say Hema says I am going on a leave for the 2 months. Hema is my change manager. If Hema will go on the leave for the 2 months, it doesn't mean that my work should not proceed further. Then what we do, Hema says, okay, on my behalf for the next 2 months, Atul will approve all the changes. He will attend all the meetings on my behalf, and he can take decision on my behalf as well. But if you remember, in the change, approval is going to Hema. Now वो तो मैं change नहीं कर सकता. If I need to be change that, I have to change the workflow. That is not recommended. So what ServiceNow say? I am giving you a process called the delegation. Yeah. And you can delegate your work to the other person. कहाँ गया वो new वाला option? ये रहा. नहीं ये नहीं है. नहीं, not this. I always forget this thing. Delegate. Yeah. This one. Delegates. Before I go on leave, I means the person who is going on a vacation. He or she need to be raise this request. Who is raising it? To whom I want to be delegate. Let's say I am going and I'm giving authority to Hema. Start time from now till, oh my god, कितनी दूर तक रखा है इसने? किसो कहाँ हो गया? Let's say 30th. For these 15 days, Hema can do approval on my behalf. The tickets or incidents can be assigned to Hema, or Hema can see all the incidents which is assigned to me. All the email notification will go to Hema, and all the invitations from the ServiceNow will go to Hema. You can untick as well. I want only approvals. I don't need anything else. You can do it and click on the submit. Now, if any approval which has been raised for the system admin can be approved by the Hema as well. This is what is a concept called the delegates. Very, very, very painful. I implemented this, one of my customers, they are in this, we're implementing the financial projects, CAPEX and OPEX. So they have 3 or 4 level of delegates. That if someone is raising a request up to the 1 crore, delegate number 3 can approve. If anybody raising a request from 1 crore to the 5 crore, delegate 2 can approve. If anybody is raising a request for the 3 crore to 5 crore, delegate 1 can approve it. But if it is more than 10 crore, then only the main person need to be approved it. So we use this delegate in the approvals as well. Because I don't want to show delegate number 3 where the amount is more than 5 crore. Because he is not eligible for this particular request. So we have done this type of implementation as well. And it's very, very tough to manage everything in the system. We design a specific, we enhance the specific catalog item for them. And then we see, okay, what they can do. Okay, so this is another small process of the part of the delegation. The point why I tell you, because in your industry, in your company, you may need this thing in future. When you implement the projects as ServiceNow for your customers, they generally, as the high management generally ask, hey, I'm going on leave, how someone can approve on my behalf? Then delegation is the only option which is provided by ServiceNow out of the box. Now, little bit on this part, then I'll come to my favorite topic. Okay, ECS portal, Employee Service Center. This Employee Service Center is the, I'll not say the replica, but it is a substitute of the service portal. Means तो substitute कैसे है ये? Now what happened that for anything You need to be manage the multiple portals, like one for the IT, one for the knowledge, one for maybe HR, everything. So now if I say Hema, you need to remember 3 different passwords. One, two, if you want to raise a request for the laptops. Second, if you want to raise a request for the leave. And third, if you want to check some knowledge articles. नहीं नहीं अतुल बहुत कुछ है मुझे नहीं पसंद ये. Now service now say okay, don't worry, I am bringing the employee service center to you. This is the one stop for everything. In this portal, you can raise a request for the laptops. You can raise a request for your leaves as well. The only thing is that this is not the simple portal. This is called the next experience portal. So if I go here and open these portals, and ECS, right? ये देखो आप लोग अतुल तो भैया जो है नहीं है वो नहीं है एक्चुअली. नंबर वन, दिस इज स्कोप्ड एप्लीकेशन, not the global application. ठीक. Number two, it uses the fundamental called the taxonomies. ये देखो ये भी. We can create only one taxonomy in a portal. Means taxonomy means what a employee can see, and under the taxonomy I have a child topics. So like this. See, you can see technology services, right? This one. These two are not appearing. Risk and compliance. Maybe the plugins are not properly activated. Maybe some other reason is there. So in the ECS portal, it's not about the pages. It's about the taxonomy. And these are called the mega menus. ये वाले जो ऊपर आएंगे ना mega menu. Let's see why it's not appearing it quickly. तो है यार यहाँ पे दिखना तो चाहिए. Maybe something wrong with the taxonomy node only. Featured content, child topic. Risk compliance. Possibility that we did not edit this as well in the proper taxonomy. So once this taxonomy will be activated, you can see these 3 options as well. These 3 options will be available here. It means you can raise a request for the HR, you can raise a request for the risk and compliance. So now if you go back here, hardware, software, and these are called the topics. थोड़ा सा फर्क है, टर्म्स इज वेरी डिफरेंट नाउ. हमारे यहाँ पे सिर्फ मेन्यू होते थे पहले, ये now this is called the mega menus and this is called the topics. If I go here on the technical service, okay. So if I go in the technical service, child topics, hardware, software, network. These child topics कौन से हैं?
Sorry, Atul. Do you need a break or
something? No, that's fine.
You're good. Okay.
Yes. Little bit thought is bad now. Not sure that what happened. I did not have anything spicy or saucy as well.
Probably your weather is also changing.
Maybe. Okay, so these are my child topics. See, under the child topics, I have a different topics. So now computer, printer, and all things will be there. Under computer, I have these things. Content, this one, laptop, and other things. So it means if I go here, computer, under computer, I can see these things. These are, what are these? These are the actually my catalog items only. But in the ECS portal, these are called the connected content. That what should be come here on that particular part. This is what is this particular stuff too. Okay, so now if you raise a request for MacBook, same you can raise it and order. Now the request will be get generated. Workflow will be get attached. The only thing is that how you're mapping is the only different part. Rest all say number one. Number two, in the ECS portal, you can go and see what are the tasks assigned on your name. Anything you need to be approved, you have to be reject. So you can see task type, any approval, because nothing is pending for me as of now. Anything you completed, you can see here. You can see. In this what we have a request and we can go here. Here we can go my task. And this is called the header. You can see here. Everything. Then my favorites, because if you notice one thing, let's say I'm coming here, you can see this heart, right?
Yes.
This is what is not available in the service portal. You can click here my favorites and you can see all these things. Total 3, इसमें 2 article है, 1 request है. And then if you want to see, one thing is important in this part. If you click on profile and you want to see your structure, organized structure, you can see here. Again, this was not available in the service portal. You will not believe this question has been asked to me in the interview. And I was not aware about this thing. So how admin is related with the Ethan is this way. So if I want to be see for anybody else, let's say I want to be see Abraham Lincoln, no manager. Let's see if I put him on, no manager. So here I can go and check my org structure as well. Then if you want to make some changes in your profile, these things you can make it. Personal information, postal address, because as I say now, this is a single place for the employee. Now no need to be worried for the 3 different portals have to be go and work out. Only one place you can do it. So my contacts, you can do HR employment information, you can see here or you can request it here. Your company, your title, everything if you want to, you can make a change there. The only difference, the only purpose to show you this thing is that because this is a future now. Lot of customers are moving to the ECS instead of the service portal. The only benefit is that in the single ECS we can have multiple options here like this. I need to be checked that why mine is not appearing here, or maybe I have to be activate this or refresh this plugin because taxonomy nodes are there, so logically it should work. Employee Service Center installed. Let's see. Maybe, yeah, Employees Center core. Nee, but it's up to date. Taxonomy ECT up to date. Employee Center. ठीक है, एक बार अपडेट करके देखते हैं. हाँ, this week updated load demo data. It's something the configuration is missing because if I can see these things, the taxonomy nodes or the the contents here, it means it should work for me. Okay, if you get time, please read about this more because this is actually important things. And this is going to be a future. And this is not the native portal which we saw. This is based on the now experience. Completely now experience. Not that much easy to make a changes. So like if you click here, you can still do these things. These things are not that much easy. They're using topics, blocks, mega menus kind of things you have to be see. Okay, so intention just to give a flavor that what we need to be do on this particular part. Clear?
Yes, Atul.
Okay. Now let's go to the next part, which is my favorite topic. This one. Being a consultant, and it's not only for me, it is for everybody, if I can say. Okay. Being a consultant, if we are working on any of the requirement, let's say you receive any requirement from the customer. The thing is that we need to be, not every time, but we need to be challenged to the customer that why you need this thing, what value you're getting on this particular part. But before that, we need to be understand that what is a requirement. Requirement is a thing that you need or wanted. On the day one, you have a requirement to learn service now. That was your need. And that you want to be achieve it. You wanted it. And now we're on the day number 53. And if I ask, Hema, did you achieve this requirement? Yes. How you can say? Because you measure it. You do it smart. You define a specific outcome. On the day one, I say, I am going to be teach this, I'm not teach, I'm going to be share this knowledge with you on this topic, and you can do this work. Specific किया मैंने. 100 pages नहीं बोले. I said only 10 pages. This will be work. Measurable. If you now go in the ServiceNow community, you are go on the LinkedIn, you go in any of the job site, you get able to understand the JD now. With this, you can say, yes, I'm able to measure that I understand these topics. Achievable. We can achieve these things. Maybe I'm not able to make you 100% technical guy, but I can make you 70% techno-functional guy. Relevant. This is very much important. In the previous slide, if you see the 6 topics, that is what the core. Relevant means I need to be make sure that why you are learning this thing. What vision, mission you have in your mind. नहीं तो मैं बोर हो रही थी तो सोचो चलो टाइम पास ही कर लेते हैं. That's the one thing. नहीं, in my company we are getting the service now onboarded now, and I want to be a one step ahead with everybody. So that is relevant and time bound. We have to be time bound. It's not like अब चल रहा तो 3 साल 5 साल 7 साल इस कोर्स चलता रहेगा. नहीं, we have 60 days 40 days 50 days kind of things. We have a timelines. So a requirement should be like this. And if you remember that everything we discuss in a proper manner, I said what specific, what measurable, what achievable, what is relevant, and what is time bound. Now the thing is that when I got a requirement, I understand these 6 things. This is called BACCM model. Business Analyst Core Concept Model. And if you ask me as a Atul practically, these 6 concepts applicable in my life as well, not in my everyday life as well. Number 1, a change. Change says act of transformation, response to a need. The best example I gave for this one is mobile phone. Big heavy mobile phones to the small 5 inches 6 inches screen in our pocket now. This is called the transformation. But what does the need mean here? क्या था? क्यों था? Need was a problem, opportunity. Another example which I gave for this need is COVID-19. आपदा में अवसर. प्रॉब्लम था लोगों को कि घर से बाहर से सामान कौन लेके आया. प्रॉब्लम था लोगों को कि घर में खाना कैसे बनाए. Bachelors are not aware about these things. So people start doing the business, food business. वो प्रॉब्लम था and people start addressing it. Atul, why are you telling to me this thing? Because when you talk to your customer, you need to be understand these things, that क्या need है उसकी, what they need it. नहीं यार मेरे इतने एम्प्लॉय काम नहीं करते. हाँ तो मैं इसमें क्या कर सकती हूँ. सिस्टम है, सिस्टम भी है, प्रोसेस भी है. So, but I can't do anything here, right? If you have a problem, Hema, I want to be hire you because my incidents are getting a lot of SLA breach, and we have to be find out the reason why and to fix it. That is the problem. That is the problem. And to fix that problem, we have a solution. A solution is by a specific way. Specific, why it's a specific way? Because, and if you read this, one more thing, Iman, these terms which you are able to see here, these are not written by me. These are the standard terms which I picked it up from the book called BABOK, BABOK. That is one of the master book for the business analyst. These are the standard definitions. So it says, okay, it says specific way of satisfying one or more need in a context. अरे context भी आ गया. देखो how these terms are interrelated. हेमा पहले सुन लो, यूजर अकाउंट बाद में बनाना. ठीक है? How this context come in the picture? अब let's say we hire Hema for the event planner. हेमा हमारे घर में शादी है, आपको अरेंज करना है. ठीक है जी, कर देंगे. Now I am giving a requirement for the marriage and you start asking me about the family deaths. अरे किसी का डेथ तो नहीं हो गया, ये तो नहीं हो गया. अरे what is the context you are talking? It means if you have a problem and providing a solution, it should be have a context. एक set of framework में होना चाहिए. ये वो है. The circumstances that influence are influenced by or provide understanding of the change. कि इस solution में अगर मैं ये change लेके आऊंगा तो किस context में जाके impact करेगा. Everybody knows that COVID-19 has a lot of influence on the life. And we're still having those influences in our life. But when we building the solution, we have a specific context. नहीं, हमें सिर्फ COVID-19 को ही target करना है. Nothing else. Rest we will see later. Now, if you're doing any context, then you have a stakeholder as well. All the users who are directly or indirectly related with that particular change or the solution. In my trainings, I always says your family, your husband, your wife, your kid, your parents who are living with you are my stakeholders because you are wake up because of me. You wake up because of this study and they are getting impacted with this solution. Definitely your kids say, Mama सो जाओ ना, मुझे भी नींद आ रही है, साथ में सो जाते हैं आराम से. But no, I have to be study, I have to go for the class. This is what the stakeholder who are getting impacted or not impacted with this particular solution by this change. And value. What you want to be achieved, importance, usefulness of this. So the fundamental is that if you are getting any requirement from a customer, you have to be evaluate the requirement in this 6 parameter. And you can ask the question, नहीं मुझे value तो दिखी नहीं रहा, क्या value है इसको करने का? I tell you one example. In one of my batch, one lady joined. Her husband says, no, I want my wife to be learned service. I said, okay, good. So that lady joined. In the 2 days, she left the group. I pinged her back that what happened. She said, Atul, sorry, I'm not getting interest. I think it's not my area to be work. She didn't get any value on that particular part. I said, okay, no problem, that's fine. So when you are doing a business analyst work, you need to understand these concepts and you make sure your requirement should be smart. And we have 2 or 3 type of requirements. Number one is a functional, which change the product capabilities. जैसे आप अपने फोन में रिमोट भी सेटअप कर सकते हो. That is a functional requirement. ऐप डाउनलोड करो हो जाएगा. Non-functional, quality attributes. I'm in a meeting and my phone get rang. If I put down my phone back to the desk again, It will go in the silent format. There is a non-functional. Quality improve हुई आपके attributes की. And transition. If you see the fundamental of mobile phone is still same. You can make a call and you can send the SMS. That was the purpose of the mobile phone. Things added, things removed, but either you make any kind of a mobile phone, touch, non-touch, transparent, visible, invisible, anything you can do. But the fundamental will be same always. Phone is used for the two things, to call and to send SMS. That is the basic one. So when you're doing the requirement gathering, you need to be define the requirement in these three sections. कि functional क्या है, non-functional क्या है, transition में क्या रखना है. You can't compromise on this thing. If the phone you are using now, if I take out the two major things, one is calling, second is SMS. मतलब फिर तो phone बचा नहीं तो डब्बा बन गया. Because that is the only purpose we are having a phone, right? So that is a transitioning one. Being a business analyst, I do three things. This last slide. Number one, requirement elicitation. Layman language, simple words. किसी से requirement लेना. Requirement elicitation. Now to get a requirement from a user, there are multiple ways. You can go survey, you can read documents, you can visit the websites, you can conduct workshops, multiple ways. I'm not going that deep because these, if I start speaking on this, I can take more than 1 hour on this particular part. So I'll not go in that much deep. There is number first part. Second part, as a BA, I have to analyze the requirement and document it. That is what I'm saying, that if you are working as a techno-functional consultant, you should know about the platform. It is not every time that you say, okay, to the customer, okay, I need to be checked with my technical team. भाई अगर सारा कुछ टेक्निकल टीम से चेक करें तो मैं फिर हमें क्यों रखा है हमने? So better to understand the platform so that you can reply back. You can analyze it, that is it possible to done or not? Atul, can we make rocket launcher website or rocket launcher app in ServiceNow? Why not? We can. This is what analysis and the documentation. And then solution assessment and validation. For this thing, we go to the customer, we go to the technical team. भैया देखो ये requirement आई है. According to me, these things can be done. What your thought? Technical team says, हाँ हो जाएगा. Feasible है. Let's check this. Let's put in this order. Let's have a deal sign. These are the three major concepts, major activities, major action a BA do. जब ये सब हो जाता है तो BA have to be communicate the requirement to the customer. कि बॉस ये हमने डिस्कस किया, ये हमने अंडरस्टैंडिंग है, आप इस पे साइन ऑफ दे दो so that I can start the development part. Okay, so this is what a BA do in nutshell. If you are going any workshop, you have to be asked these 6 questions. And these 6 questions are nothing but the BA-CCM concept. What are the kind of changes we are doing? What are the needs we are trying to be satisfied? Need. What are the solutions you are creating or changing it? Who are involved as a stakeholder? The value and the context. ऐसा नहीं कि एकदम मुंह फोड़ दे उसके ऊपर. हाँ बताओ क्या? What are the kind of changes you are doing? No. Try to be. You have to be poke the customer. If I start poking Hema, I can understand that what Hema actually needs from the service now. Maybe in the last 53 days, we are just able to, I am able to understand only 10% that why you're doing service now. But if I start poking one by one, I can reach up to 100%. That why Hema is learning service now. So this is what our topic for today about the business analyst requirement gathering, a basic concept of the BA-CCM and the type of questions the BA need to be asked and the requirement types. Doubt, question, clarification.
Good, Atul. Was good.
Good. Okay, let me stop recording and take quick attendance.